According to the grace of God, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I laid the foundation and another built thereon. But let every man take heed how he builds. And a wise master builder is a person who has the ability to take different shape stones and put them together and create a structure. We're going to take large stones and small stones, hook them together in a mentoring relationship, and build a house. Larger stones, that's people who are connected, people who are growing, people who are developing. But we're also going to take people who aren't there right now, hook them up together, and create a structure, a house for the Lord. Not a physical house, because God, wherever his presence is the house of the Lord. What we want to do is create relationships. We want to create relationships because I've learned to understand this, that everything in the kingdom that's better, everything in the kingdom comes through a relationship. Everything in the kingdom. And that's why it suffers violence. And the violent must what? Take it by force. If you don't understand that the enemy will attack relationship because it is the vehicle or the conduit in which God pumps into the community the kingdom. You won't see kingdom unless you have a strong relationship. You won't see a dynamic of the kingdom, and that's why there's conflicts. That's why things happen even in the house of God to mess up our relationships, because the enemy don't want us to flow. That's why people will get offended when we correct certain things and do certain things in the house of God. But you got to get offense out of the way. Jesus said offenses will come. It's how you deal with offenses. If you think you can raise a family without an offense, if you think you can raise a family without ever having to get on your son or your daughter, if that's your household, I'm telling you right now, it's not strong. And that's why it will be challenging. That's why you got to learn how to discipline, glory to God. And you got to have order in your house. You don't even know what you have until you discipline. You don't know who's with you until you cast them down. You don't know Moses had a rod in his hand, but he didn't know what it was until he threw it down and it turned into a serpent. And if you want to know what's in you, correct somebody. You'll start saying, start slithering on you. Oh, I didn't know that was in you there. I didn't know you were like, I didn't know my teenage daughter would handle me like that. I didn't know my wife would do that to me when I corrected. I didn't know my husband would act like that if I had to tell him he was wrong. So you got to get beyond offenses. God uses them, glory to God, to show you what's inside of you.